So, hello, Dave. Welcome to this forum.
Um,
How
thanks,
you,
um,
how,
thanks, Darren. Um,
how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you very much.
Excellent. I'm going to be asking you a few questions about Wirchin Pegrelin forum page that's been set up in honor of Kano Walker. So, are you happy to go ahead with some questions?
Yeah, sure.
How did you first hear about Uncle Kano?
Okay. Well, I first heard about Uncle Kano. Um, Actually, I didn't realise it was Kano at the time until much later. But Steve Strong, who's also a member of our executive committee, he held a solstice in December 2020. Um, it's like to help heal the world. Yeah, Kano was behind a lot of that, which I didn't realise till long after. And there's also a Lebanese psychic called JCK who was putting a lot of interesting religion stuff on her Telegram, and um, and yeah, I got some interesting information out of that, and through that I started to seek out Auntie Christine and found out that's like there wasn't an official website for this, and volunteered to help her with this project to build something to honour Kano and his memory, and also his concepts of Rirchen and Mamawi, which are very important to not just the original community of Australia, but also to many non-originals around Australia and around the world.
So, what were the key points that first struck you? What inspired you?
Well, I think there is a strong need for healing of our communities and the land that we share, and that's what Kano was all about with Rirchen and Mamawi. So where was I? I was talking about what
So
media.
the key points that really sparked your interest about
Yeah,
Wirchin and Christine and Kano.
yeah. So like I was saying before, yeah, the key things that were it's like important to me and inspirational to me were you know, the two concepts of Rirchen and Mamawi, and and how they're so important. About Australia coming together and healing the communities and the land that we share. And
Yeah,
yeah, if the audience doesn't know what Rirchen means, it's like black fella and white fella dreaming and coming together as one.
we'll get to that. That's another one of my questions.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, you can answer that one better than me, mate. Go ahead.
Um, but but I'd like to know what media or event related to Kano's work you first most was inspired by. Sort of
Okay,
leading on
well,
from that question.
I saw a lot of stuff um, from David Lemper Cole on YouTube and other places, and that's some of the media I saw on that Lebanese Psychics Telegram channel. Yeah, I just found like his stuff to be. He's quite an inspirational man to listen to, and he's a living embodiment of Rirchen and Mamawi as far as I'm personally concerned, and he's the one that helped spark my interest in what this is all about, and through him I wanted to find out more about Kano and and the Ramanjeri.
So, prior to the Mamawi that's coming up, have you
Yeah.
been to any other gatherings, Mamawi's?
No, I haven't. It's like this is all pretty new to me. I started this project with Auntie Christine
Yep.
Walker in January of this year, and ever since then she's been taking me under her wing and teaching me about culture and stuff, and I'm so grateful for her to that. And we've recorded some interesting interviews already. One of the ones we're going to be putting up soon is one of the elder called Auntie Merrill, and yeah, we have some those both her and Auntie Christine have some interesting things to say about culture and the preserving of heritage. And yeah, that's one of the videos that people can look out for on this channel, and one that I would highly recommend people have a look at.
Yeah. Do you do you know much about, or have you followed much about the Ramengeri history in Adelaide?
I've tried to, but it's very, very hard, and that's why that video that Auntie Merrill did with Auntie Christine is so important, because there's been a lot of muddying of the waters since post-settlement, and I think that's been quite deliberate on the settlers' part, because yeah, it's like knowing who you are is really important. It's like to your spirit, and yeah, and that's been messed with, unfortunately. And we need to get the truth of who we really are back out there, I think.
Do you feel inspired to be part of this board that is putting this page together called Wirrichin
Yes, definitely.
Pegrelin? Yeah,
Definitely, Darren. I feel very inspired and deeply honoured that I've been invited into all this, and all of you have been so welcoming to me, not just Auntie Christine, but everyone else in the committee, like yourself and Uncle Colin. It's like Nick, Chris, Louise, Ashala. It's like Louise and Ashala. It's like Louise is our South African, our African member, and Ashala is our North American member. It's like they can't, because of the time differences, they can't join our meetings that much, but they've been an important part, and they're also very, very crucial in guiding me towards Christine, because if Louise didn't pass my messages on to Auntie Christine, and if Charlotte didn't guide me in the right way to approach Auntie Christine, this project would have never happened. So those two ladies are very important to me and to the project for those two reasons.
So what's the integral part of your role in this forum page?
I guess I could say I'm like second in command. So Christine Walker, with the approval of the Walker family and the Ramengeri Heritage Association, she's the leader of this whole project. Nothing happens without her approval or permission, and I'm sort of like the second in command of the project, just trying to make sure that's like, websites go up, things get done, interviews get coordinated, and all that sort of thing. So that's my role. So I'm sort of like the project coordinator and the lead technology consultant for it.
Yeah. And in your own words, what does Wirrichin Pegrelin mean to you with what you've learnt so far?
Well, what I've learnt so far is it's not just blackfella and whitefella dreaming, coming together and working to one. It's about our ancestors and recognising and honouring their wisdom and bringing that into the present to help us build a better future. And as Steve Strong, one of our other committee members, quite often says, like, the old ways are so important, we need to start bringing them back. And it's not just for the original stuff in Australia, but it's for original culture everywhere around the world.
Now, coming up in October the 7th, we have a mumawee that's going to be held at Victor Harbour, one of the last ceremonial grounds of the Ramengeri. Will you be attending?
Oh, of course I will be. I'll be bringing technology as well, of course, like a generator and stuff like that, so we can have a bit of power down there, and maybe if the connection's good down there, I might even broadcast some of the stuff out there on YouTube.
Fantastic.
That's entirely up to Auntie Christine, of course. So what I'm talking about, we haven't even discussed yet, but there's some things we might possibly do.
No, that sounds good. Well, thank you very much for your time today.
Well, thank you, Darren, and I look forward to meeting you again in person. It was really nice to meet you down at Tuckanville and Steve's Sacred Rocks workshop.
Yep.
A few weeks back, and look forward to catching up with you and everyone else involved with this in October.
Yeah, well, I'm already organised. I have my tickets already, so.
Yep, so that's great.
Nice.
Well, thank you very much for talking to me, Darren, and
cool.
We'll catch up again in a few days.
Nice one. Good.